Hello everyone and welcome back. We're going to show you that Cessnas are very capable airplanes. With some modification, they can land on very rough surfaces, difficult places, and they're overall very well built and durable. Here we are in White Pass, going towards the west, and we're going to land a gravel bar near Darlington in the state of Washington. These are the Cascade Mountains. I'm going to show a variety of angles so you can appreciate the size of the rocks on this gravel bar. I'm on final and I'm trying to land as slow as possible. You see I cut power, start descending, but then I will add power, so I stop the descent and try to land as smooth as possible. You can appreciate the size of the rocks, they are really big. The Alaska bush wheel tires are just made for this. Now we have a view from the cockpit. I'm setting up with 40 degrees of flaps. When you look at the gravel bar from the air up high and it looks grainy, it means that the rocks are really big. Once I touch down and land, I try to lift the tailwheel as soon as possible. You will see how much the airplane is shaking because of the size of these rocks. Only way to land these places with these big Alaskan bush wheel tires. Now we are taxiing back to do the takeoff. This is a rolling start. Push on the yoke to lift the tail wheel and add 10 more degrees of flaps to be in the air as soon as possible. This gravel bar had the biggest rocks I have ever landed, and it shook the airplane really bad. The bush wheels are made for this, but still shakes the airplane too much, so I don't think I will be doing this one again. What I like about this area is that it is very remote and it is beautiful. Here I'm taking off from Soldier Bar in Idaho. You can see I have to go very slow because it's very bumpy and there is some water bars, so I cannot give throttle because it's dangerous to hit the propeller. This takeoff is about timing. You have to time it when you have enough room to give full throttle. Here is a view from the cockpit that will show you how bumpy it is. Good thing is downhill. This airstrip is one way in, one way out. This next airstrip is Lord Flat, also in Idaho. It is high altitude. From there looks nice and smooth, but it is very deceiving. I think it rained, then it dried, the mud got dried and it was hard as rock and it was very rough. You will see that the compass on the airplane breaks with the vibration. This is a beautiful area in Idaho. We had a density altitude of about 5,500 feet on this day. From this angle, the landing doesn't look bad. The surface looks fine. I I have 850s on the mains and a 7 on the nose, and I have 20 pounds of air pressure on the main landing gears, tires. Still, the airplane shakes so much it broke the compass. Coming at slow speed with 40 degrees of flaps and power to make the landing as slow as possible. I was not expecting the surface to be so rough, and it was actually a surprise even with the low tire pressure I was using. Same landing from wing camera, you can see how much the airplane is shaking after touchdown. I think this airstrip could be deceiving, looks easy, but if it's wet, I think the mud could be very soft and you can sink. And if it's dry, like when I landed, it's very rough because of the dry mud. So it's a strip to have to be careful and be aware that it can be a surprise. But this shows you how strong are these Cessnas, how well built, and they have an amazing landing gear. This is a Cessna 182. It was not made for this, but it works really good. You have just to be careful the places you land, and you have to use the right technique to make it safely. This landing is in a Cessna 170 on a field in Snohomish Valley. It's not rough, but you see the undulations. They are very big and you have to time your landing right. This one is more challenging in a Cessna 182 because of the nose gear. If you don't time it right, it's possible you can hit the propeller. Skagit River, this is a gravel bar with big rocks. Again, I try to lift the tail as soon as possible to protect it and be in the air as quickly as possible. Still the Snohomish River, you see how the rocks are jumping when I touch down. They're big and they're loose, and the Alaska bush wheels do their work. They absorb the impact and the vibrations. So it's uneventful with these kind of tires. I will not do it without these tires. Next, this is the Sauk River near Concrete in Washington. We have big rocks to the right side of this gravel bar, so I try to land on the left side with the smaller rocks, but there is a part of water which I hit and splashed the airplane, but there is no problem. This is a beautiful remote area of Washington State. This fall has been very dry in western Washington, so we have been able to fly to the gravel bars, but we got some rain some days, the water was high, and then it got low again. So when this happens, the gravel bars change. You get more debris, logs, different shapes, also undulations, and this is what happened on this one. It got with like some whoop-de-doos that make the airplane go back in the air. This sort of feature is very difficult to spot from the air. I come as as slow as possible with 40 degrees of flaps and power, so I don't have any excess energy, but still you will see how the airplane bounces because of the ondulations. Since I was going slow and we have the big Alaska bush wheels, it absorbed the terrain and we had no problem. Thank you for joining me and for watching this video. Hope you enjoy it. And if you want to support Backcountry 182 channel on Patreon, please continue watching this video. See you next time. Go to my YouTube channel, the link is in the description of this video, and navigate below Backcountry 182 on the top right. You can click on Patreon and it will take you to the Patreon page where you can select your membership level. It will show you the tiers and everything. By becoming a Patreon for Backcountry 182, you will not only be helping the YouTube channel, but you can also get. Go to my YouTube channel, the link is in the description of this video, and navigate below Backcountry 182 on the top right. You can click on Patreon and it will take you to the Patreon page where you can select your membership level. It will show you the tiers and everything. By becoming a Patreon for Backcountry 182, you will not only be helping the YouTube channel, but you can also get